Here we go with the songs. Who is that? Sorry, I'm struggling. There's a couple versions of this, and I'm trying to remember the original singer. I don't know, but I'm hearing that. I can't do this. I can't sing. I'm hearing long ago and so far away. Who is that? I fell in love with you before the second. Who is that? It's don't you remember you told me you love me, baby. Says you become. I can't even think of what it's called. I don't know. It starts out that way. It's like long ago and so far away. I fell in love with you before the something. I'll have to look it up. Sorry. Anywho, I don't know if that means anything to anyone. That is a very old song. That's even like, I think I was a child when that came out. But okay. Moving on. Excuse me. A major shift. A divine masculine and a major shift. Currently, everything seems to be now. Currently, now, within the next 3 months. So we're at the end of April. So by the end of July, now through the end of July, divine masculine, major shift. Breaking free from some long, toxic cycle with what feels like authority. So like family, parents, grandparents, or maybe they were involved with the authorities. I don't know, but they're like breaking free from that. But it's been a long-standing thing. It's been going on a long time. A toxic cycle with authority, people of authority, people over me. Could be a boss. But you would know that like this person has needed to break free from somebody that had some kind of authority over them, and it was very toxic. Yeah, this feels more like family or community, religion, something where they were like they're showing me spoon feeding someone things that aren't true, but they believed it because, you know, this was my family, or this was my pastor, or this was my, I don't know, but they were getting like really bad advice, and they just keep showing like we're spoon feeding you bullshit. And it kind of forced this person to stay in a situation they didn't even want to be in. So this would be like if you had a connection with someone and they had felt like they had to stay in a different connection or couldn't be with you because of family, because of community, religion, something like that. But you could see that it was like a toxic, there were people that were like manipulative in this whole thing. So just as always an example, so let's say you are from different religious backgrounds, and the person's family and whatever religion it is would say that they couldn't be with you because of this different background or something, and they kind of listened because that's what they were spoon-fed, and now they're breaking free of that. They're removing themselves, like they feel like they had to stay in a situation that they didn't even want to be in, and they're removing themselves from that. Oh, this is sad. Yes, they're showing it like this person has spent a lifetime kind of ignoring what they actually want and staying in situations they don't want to be in because they were made to feel like it was the right thing to do, or they had to. And it's hurt you because they didn't have it in them to walk away from this before, but now they do. It's quick. Again, everything's in motion now. It's happening quickly. They're taking action. They're, if you haven't been speaking, they're breaking the silence. Something has shifted through all this. Now, remember, a lot of things have been shifting the last year, 2 years, whatever, and it all leads to this where it's finally like, oh, I'm not doing this. This isn't even what I want. I'm going after what I want. you people can say whatever you want to say about me. Like, this is quick. This is happening. Well, it's not quick because, like I said, it's been going on for a couple of years. So maybe to you, this has been dragging on. But now the action happens quickly. This person's finally taking charge of their life. Oh, good for them. But when we turn to you, again, this might have felt wrong and like this is drug out and you probably gave up hope and you're going to be, they're going to pop up and you're going to be guarded and, I don't want to get hurt again. I'm skeptical. Are you really doing this? Because there may be a history of like, this person wasn't there for you. Do you know what I mean? But the message is no, something has happened. This person has awakened to like, wait a minute, this isn't even, this isn't where I want to be. This isn't what I want to do. Something specific. Okay, because the way it's playing out is like there were little things happened along the way. Like keep saying 2025 was big for everybody. So like they might notice little things like, that's weird. Why would they say that? Or why would they do that? The people in authority that they were listening to. And then it all leads to like something happens now that's like, wait a minute. Like I'm supposed to give my life to this family or this religion, and you're doing that? Like something is waking them up to like, I'm going to go after what I want. I'm not doing this. Like they're almost waking up from a spell. Do you know what I mean? Like these people had power over this person and suddenly they don't. And they are coming your way. There's a little note to okay, this person, it's real. This person is coming to you. They are walking away from whatever this is. But just note that there is going to be like a period of adjustment, a healing period for this person. They're not going to be perfect from the get-go. We're going to have to heal. They're going to have to retrain themselves. They spend a whole life following what this family says or this community says or whatever. And they have to kind of relearn. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. Because I am getting like, this is okay. This is real. This person woke up to this. But they need a period of adjustment. Do you know what I mean? This next thing I feel one person this applies to is, I tell you, I almost always say, I think this was for you when I do collectives. When we do calls, we do them late Friday. Hope that's good. What I'm tapping into is the other person that we usually talk about, deeply in their like karma. So like, let's talk about, okay, so we know karma, you get back what you put out, right? So if you hurt people, if you lie to people, if you manipulate people, like you're going to go out and that's going to happen to you, right? They're deep in that. Their actions seem to have attracted the same kind of toxic behavior that they inflicted on you. I don't know what that is, but so it's intentional to give them sort of like the first-hand perspective on the hurt they caused because they didn't see that. Stalled out. They're stalled out. It exhausted, like I just feel like, like it's exhausted them. They had no idea, like how the things they did affected you. And when it happened to them, it's like they can't even, they're exhausted. And they can, like, how did you deal with this? Like, I don't know how to say this. Like it never crossed their mind that these choices I'm making have a direct effect on you. And so it's like that was their karma. They had to go through that to get that firsthand knowledge of like what this feels like when somebody does this. And so they're caught in this cycle of reliving what they did. It's like somebody, okay, so I cross paths with somebody, they do to me what I did to you, now I have to face what I did to you, somebody else comes in, they do it, now I have to relive what I did to you again, like they've been stuck in this cycle, excuse me, and now they're like, I'm seeing like I'm going through old pictures, like I'm literally reliving it, but I'm sort of doing it to myself because I'm like on your social media or like looking at old pictures or listening to old stuff. Like it's something I'm doing to myself, but it's part of the healing process. It's actually kind of good because it's like I've come out the other end of this and I'm learning my lessons. I'm figuring this all out now. Because their energy is very, almost apologetic. Like what I did had nothing to do with my feelings about you. Like I was stuck in my own, like realizing that, like I was stuck in my own kind of toxic junk. And I didn't even consider that it would affect other people, least of all you. And realizing they had like an inability to be honest. But their energy is very like, it wasn't about my feelings of you. I was dumb and I didn't think, do you know what I mean? Like their whole vibe is that. Like, I don't think you know that. Like, it did not occur to me that what I was doing touched you in any way. It wasn't that I didn't care. It was that I didn't think. But I am honest. I'm getting that this is like a young soul where you're an old soul. They still have, a lot of growth. But they are in it. Excuse me. They're in the process of like, okay, so we talk about these separated connections, right? We had to go our separate ways because you had to do what you had to do, they had to do what they had to do. Okay, they are out of the karma part, right? The lesson part, and now they have to process the lesson. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got it. They went through the stuff and figured it out, and now they're processing, and that's why they're kind of tormenting themselves with the old songs and the old pictures and the blah blah blah. They're in the processing. Does that make sense? They're facing their past behavior and like it's progress. Let me just say that it's progress, and I kind of feel for this person, not excusing anything, but I've been there, when I had to face myself and like, oh my gosh, I did that. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Like they're in that stage. They get it, which is huge. My God, I can't get that song out of my head now. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Said you be going back this way, baby, baby. Baby, 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 oh, baby. Who is that? Okay, moving on. Girl. Or guy. Somebody's having some schmexual energy. Okay, so we start off with, past. Why is everything about the past? Past energy. Something that you thought was like finished or the chapter's closed, but now you're kind of reflecting on it, like, because there's something specific about you thought you had moved on, or thought they did, or both. This person from the past, they're pulling me back. Person from the past, and something about. Oh, and again, we're talking about like different cultures or different religions. Specifically, I'm seeing like Italian or Greek or, or maybe someone you only knew, maybe like a summer fling, or I don't know, like something you thought was just it was just that summer, or it's been so long this is over or something, but there's something about that, and something about, again, they're like a different culture, religion, something, and this person's looking to reconcile. they're looking to like rekindle, and it gets saucy. Let's see. There's a battle. I'm getting this battle in my head over like the logic of it versus like the passion, like a raw, super attracted to this person. There's something about like, oh no, is this for you? I might know who this is for too, but it's not who you expect, so I don't know if I want to call you out or not. Okay, generally we talk on Tuesdays, late Tuesdays. I don't know if this is who you expect, but anyway, so the person we usually talk about, if they are not like some kind of background, then this is someone else, because there's definitely something specific about a different kind of background, a different religion, a different culture. Like I said, I'm really getting like Italian, Greek, something like that. And then they're like, I thought this was over. I thought it was just a summer fling or whatever that was. This person is coming back, and I'm battling in my head, like logic, like I said, logic versus, oh my God, I'm drawn to this person. I just want to blank the blank out, like that strong pull. Gosh, like, animal attraction. But again, I'm getting that, like, you feel this draw, but you also kind of acknowledge, like, this may not be the best idea. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to figure this out. There's also something about like your senses are getting really, really heightened. Your sense of smell, like certain perfumes that you like, maybe now they bother you, or there's something specific about smells. Candles, perfume, I don't know if you use carpet brush, something like suddenly I have to use more delicate scents because my sense of smell is very, very heightened. I don't know why we're going here. I thought we were going into this passionate thing, but also I'm getting like things to look out for. Be very careful about I'm always home doing reports, right? So I generally wear boxers and a t-shirt, very big t-shirt. So they're showing me my t-shirt, and like it'll get snagged on things. So like be very careful about like loose sleeves or dangling things getting caught on a bike, in a candle, in a car door. Be careful about that. And damage, and like maybe be careful with doing the laundry, because they're showing me like damage to a shirt. And double check mail, because there's something about don't miss something related to like bills or agreements or like paperwork, even if it's not quote unquote on paper, but like paperwork details. I don't know where we went with that little spicy thing, but it's gone now. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Have a good week, everybody. Reach out if you need to. Sending positive energy your way.